What's the most satisfying revenge you got on a scummy landlord? I was only 8 when the police came to our house. Mom and Dad weren't coming home. A semi-truck's headlights vanished that night, along with my childhood. Grandmother Betty's weathered hands gathered my belongings without hesitation. Her modest cottage on Maple Street became my sanctuary, minus faded yellow kitchen walls, groaning staircase, and an ancient oak cradling my tires swing in its arms. Poverty wrapped around us like a threadbare blanket. Each evening, grandmother's reading glasses perched on her nose like a curious butterfly, while she deciphered the mountain of notices that threatened our existence. When darkness claimed the house, her muffled sobs escaped through thin walls. Yet morning always revealed her humming through pancake steam, sharing tales of my father's boyhood adventures. My 14th year brought the first storm cloud, minus an eviction notice that cast shadows across our table. The neighborhood had transformed. Modern developments sprouted like invasive weeds, property values soared heavenward, and our landlord's eyes reflected dollar signs as he planned renovations to double our rent. Grandmother's arthritic fingers accepted extra Ina shifts, while I trudged through snow delivering newspapers before dawn. Our combined efforts still fell short like stones trying to reach the moon. The legal aid office swallowed our entire Tuesday. A lawyer with exhaustion etched into his face spared us 15 precious minutes before crushing our hopes. No lease violations existed. No discrimination could be proven. Just cold, calculating business practices. Grandmother's fingers trembled like autumn leaves when signing our surrender, minus 30 days to dissolve 8 years of memories. That evening, her gnarled hands caressed a photo album while I declared my future. I'm going to become a lawyer. I'll shield families like ours. I'll ensure nobody discards people as if they're broken furniture. Pride illuminated her weathered face as she squeezed my hand. That's why every struggle has purpose, Marcus. You'll shatter this cycle. You'll stand for justice when others sit in silence. Our station wagon became home for 60-1 nights. Grandmother would park near school grounds so I could freshen up in restrooms before classes began. She saved her servers meals for me while claiming she'd eaten earlier, never mentioning how the car's backseat tortured her aging spine. Eventually, a tiny apartment across town offered shelter, though miles from my school. Grandmother insisted I remain enrolled, rising at 4 a.m. to navigate 3 bus routes with me. Education, she'd whisper like a prayer, is our only escape ladder. Our nightly ritual never wavered. What will you become? She'd ask. A lawyer defending the voiceless, I'd respond. And what principle guides you? Justice matters, even for the penniless. Senior year brought cancer storming through grandmother's body like a merciless hurricane. A hospital social worker arranged hospice care in our cramped apartment. I completed assignments beside her bed, reading acceptance letters aloud as her breathing grew shallow. The night before departing this world, she extracted one final promise: don't forget those without power, Marcus. Remember how helplessness burns. Transform that flame into fuel. 7 years after laying grandmother to rest, I declined corporate law's golden handcuffs to join the very legal aid clinic that couldn't save our home. Fate delivered justice when a case file landed on my desk, minus the development companies wallowing Maple Street properties, using intimidation and loopholes to displace long-term residents. The same corporation, I discovered with glacial clarity, that had uprooted us years before. Identical tactics, identical signature on documents. I constructed the case meticulously over months, unearthing years of predatory practices, illegal increases, tenant rights violations, and falsified paperwork bearing that haunting signature from our eviction papers. The courtroom battle pitted David against Goliath in my first major trial. Standing before the judge, I represented not just current tenants, but grandmother Betty, 8-year-old me, and countless families treated as disposable assets. Victory tasted sweeter than grandmother's pancakes. The company was ordered to pay substantial damages to all victims spanning a decade. Evictions crumbled like castles. Most significantly, several properties transferred to a community land trust, creating permanent affordable housing, including our little house on Maple Street. Yesterday, I stood on that familiar porch. The kitchen walls boasted fresh paint, stairs stood sturdy, and the oak tree still reached for clouds. Next week, a single mother with 2 children will begin their story here, protected by affordable rates and shielded from predatory schemes that once stole our security. As I turned away, grandmother's presence enveloped me like a gentle breeze, her voice whispering, "You remembered, Marcus. You remembered." Some promises require patience to fulfill. Some victories arrive too late for those who planted their seeds, yet their value remains undiminished. Grandmother's reading glasses rest on my desk, minus a constant reminder that delayed justice still deserves unwavering pursuit.